All right, so are you ready to dive into another deep dive with me today?
Absolutely. I'm ready for it. Bring it on.
Okay, excellent. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a case that I think you're going to find really fascinating.
Okay.
It involves a guy named Ethan Graves.
Okay.
And Ethan is a private investigator who kind of gets pulled into this case that just spirals out of control in a really, really interesting way.
I like the sound of that already spiraling out of control. Always a good thing.
Yeah, and it's like one of those things where it starts out kind of normal, and then every time you turn around, it's like, oh my gosh, what is happening?
Right.
So the case initially starts with the disappearance of a CEO named James Caldwell.
Okay.
And Caldwell's body vanishes from a locked penthouse.
Oh, what?
Which already, right off the bat, you're thinking, how is that even possible?
Yeah, that's impossible.
Yeah, so it's a real locked room mystery.
Right.
And there's security footage of the penthouse.
Oh, okay.
But the footage is all glitching and distorted.
Uh.
And there's this shadowy figure that appears in the footage. And the figure whispers Ethan's name.
Oh, wow. That's creepy.
Yeah, and it leaves these, like, cryptic threats.
So, like, what kind of threats are we talking about here?
Well, it's kind of like, you're next, or stop looking, that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah. So it sounds like we're dealing with something maybe a little bit more than just a normal human antagonist here.
Right, exactly. It's not just somebody, who broke into the penthouse and kidnapped this guy or whatever.
Right.
There's something else going on.
Yeah, and the shadowy figure, I mean, that's a pretty classic trope in mystery and thriller stories, but it seems like here there's something a little bit more to it, like the fact that it can manipulate the security footage, maybe even appear and disappear at will.
Right, and that it knows Ethan's name somehow.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. That's a little too coincidental, I think.
Yeah.
That makes me think that this is something a lot more complex than maybe it initially seemed.
Right. And as the story unfolds, it just keeps getting weirder.
Oh, great.
So after these threats from the shadowy figure, Ethan finds a note on his car, and the note says, "Stop looking."
Oh, boy.
Yeah, and then the shadow figure reappears in the security footage. Again. But this time it's closer.
Oh, no.
And the threats are more direct this time.
So it's getting personal.
Yeah, it's being very personal. And then Ethan finds a photo of himself.
Okay.
But the photo is old.
Okay.
And in the background of the photo, lurking in the shadows, is the shadowy figure.
No way.
Yeah, it's like this entity has been watching him for a long time.
Wow. So this is some next level creepy stuff right here.
Yeah, it's really unsettling.
Yeah.
It's like you're being stalked by something that you don't even understand.
Right. And it can kind of be anywhere at any time and you would never know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then to make matters even worse, Olivia Martell, who was a witness to Caldwell's death, disappears.
Oh, no.
Her apartment is ransacked.
Oh, wow.
And there's a message left behind that says, "Time is up, P."
Okay, so now we're definitely dealing with something that's not just your run-of-the-mill criminal or something like that. This is something a lot more powerful.
Right. It seems like this shadowy figure can manipulate time somehow.
Yeah, that's a really interesting element that we've got here. Time manipulation, always a fun thing to play with in these kinds of stories.
Yeah, it's like this entity is operating outside the normal rules of reality.
Right, and it makes you wonder, like, what are its motivations? Why is it doing all of this? Why is it targeting Ethan specifically?
Wait, what does Ethan have to do with any of this?
Yeah.
Well, Ethan being, a proactive kind of guy, he's just going to sit around and wait for this thing to come after him.
Right.
So he starts doing some research.
Okay.
He has this old journal that's filled with information about supernatural cases.
Interesting. So he's got like a little bit of a head start here.
Yeah, he's dealt with some strange stuff before.
Okay.
And in the journal, he finds a ritual that's designed to bind entities that are connected to time.
Oh, so he's thinking that he can use this ritual to somehow trap or bind this shadowy figure.
Right. And the key ingredient for this ritual is an hourglass.
An hourglass.
Yeah, but it's not just any hourglass.
Okay.
It's an hourglass where the sand flows upwards.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ethan found this hourglass in Caldwell's safe.
Okay, now that is really strange. I mean, like, time flowing in reverse, that's a pretty powerful image.
Right. It's like everything we know about the way time works is being turned upside down.
Yeah, and it makes you think about, like, what would happen if you could actually control time.
Right. Could you change the past? Could you see the future?
Yeah, I mean, the possibilities are kind of endless.
Yeah. So Ethan decides to perform the ritual.
Okay, he's gonna give it a shot.
Yeah, he figures he's got nothing to lose at this point.
Right.
So he gathers all the necessary ingredients.
Okay.
He sets up the ritual in a secluded location.
Be safe.
and he begins the incantation.
All right, so here we go.
And as he's performing the ritual, the shadowy figure appears. But this time, Ethan's ready.
Okay.
He's got the hourglass.
Okay.
And as the shadowy figure approaches him, Ethan smashes the hourglass on the ground.
He smashes it.
Yeah, and there's this huge burst of light.
Okay.
And when the light fades, the shadowy figure is gone.
It's gone, so he did it.
It seems like it, yeah. But then Ethan gets one final note.
One final note.
And the note just says, free.
Free? What does that mean?
That's the question, right?
Yeah.
Did Ethan actually destroy the shadowy figure, or did he just release it from something?
Right, free from what? From the hourglass.
Yeah.
From this world, from time itself. I mean, who knows?
And what does that mean for Ethan? Is he really safe now, or is this just the beginning of something even worse?
Yeah. Is this entity out there now just kind of roaming free with nothing to hold it back?
It's a very unsettling ending, because you don't really know what happened.
Right. It leaves you with a lot more questions than answers.
Exactly. And it makes you wonder, could Ethan's actions have unintended consequences?
Yeah, what if by breaking this hourglass, he actually unleashed something even more dangerous?
What if he made things worse instead of better?
And that's something for you to think about.
Yeah. What do you think is out there now because of what Ethan did?
It's a pretty scary thought.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm going to be sleeping with the lights on tonight.
Yeah, me too.
All right, well, that was a wild deep dive. Thanks for taking that with me.
Absolutely. Until next time.
See?
Bye.